everyone. We're Select Restart. I'm Jace.
And I'm Daphne.
And welcome to Last Decade. It's a weekly show, and we play games, and you should know that by now. So come hang out next month and see what us and Brayden are up to.
Yeet. Loading.
This is the last episode of January 2022, where we're playing a game from January 2012.
King Arthur 2, the Role-Playing Wargame.
It was actually released, as of recording, today, January 27th, 2012.
Woo!
Pretty
Happy
fascinating, huh?
anniversary. 10 years.
Yeah.
Decade-versary.
So, Steam says experience the sequel to the role-playing real-time strategy hit. Currently has 266 reviews and it's ranked as mixed. I'm sure you would have gathered that by now. They tag it as strategy, RPG, RTS, fantasy, single player. And let me read one of the current Steam reviews. I think that sounds interesting. By Faded Sun, reviewed it on August 17th, 2021. Not recommended. They put 20.2 hours on record. They say, if you played and liked the first one, don't get this one. It feels like an odd mix of a more polished yet unfinished simplified version. The battle interface feels better, and the addition of flying units brings a lot more strategy options. But that's about it. The Beastmen are fairly available for recruitment along with the progression of the game, but one side of the mortality/religion-based units take forever to get. If you go Christian, great. You get tons of the required buildings through the first and second chapter. I'm almost through the third chapter. There are 5, and I just got one building for the Unseelie, the Tyrant Old Faith route. I only got the Righteous Old Faith building too, and the units are even more restricted. Last game, you needed leadership points to recruit special faction units. This game keeps the leadership points restrictions, but adds the building requirements, which only let you recruit 1 or 2 units a building. It also says no more round table. You don't get to pick any of your knights. They no longer have mortality bonuses and penalties. They can't even split armies until you're more than a third through the story mode, which is on hard rails. The power creep sucks. All it does is prevent you from going places the story doesn't want you to. If you like the idea of an RTS game mixed with the cool RPG features, giving you control over your leader's development, buy the first game. It's finished with a bunch of DLC that adds great stuff to the game. If you like the first game, you might like this game if you're okay with a lot less freedom.
My lord, I must apologize first. I know how you feel about this wild goose chase after the mysterious healer. Every time you discover his whereabouts, he immediately disappears in the wind. However, now, I'm absolutely confident that we have found him in the cursed province of Mercia.
Mercia? Oh, mercy.
And it's got way easier city management. I'm very disappointed. I love the first game. Hope this one would take the good from that and reduce the bad from it. It doesn't. It removes a lot of good, adds a lot of bad. The first game is gold. This is a waste of $10. There you go, that's the most recent Steam review at the time of me writing down information for us to record this game.
When Sir Bors decided to move against King Arthur, he gathered vast amounts of weapons and armor to equip his army. But ultimately he only used a fraction of the military resources he accumulated. Now his fellow knights have decided to sell the rest. If you could negotiate good terms with them, you might acquire some true masterwork pieces.
I can send out my merchants to buy the best weapons and equip my units. I can send out my merchants to buy the best armors and equip my units. I can send out my merchants to buy as much from the best weapons as possible.
I mean, you got 17 grand, dog.
Yeah.
Got 17 grand, dog, big dog.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Get the best weapon. Get the best weapy, boys.
At most 2 units.
Those are tiny.
It's very tiny.
So, those are Deepwood Warriors, and those are like Iron Guards or Knights or something.
Alright.
So you probably got good weapons for those units, is my assumption.
Mm-hmm.
You got a treaty going on. Give him a gift.
The famously eccentric King Cole will soon celebrate the anniversary of his accession to the throne. It would be wise to send him something he particularly likes. According to your spies, he is fond of
That's
paintings,
so funny.
sculptures, and unique artifacts.
I have a painting made especially for the king. I have my stonecutters make a statue of an eagle based on King Cole's royal shield. I sent him a rare artifact.
What do you think about good old King Cole?
I'll not like him a painting. Why not?
Aww. He's like, wow, this looks just like me.
Beautiful.
He's like, those ass cheeks, though.
Alright. Whoa. Let's see. Trade agreement.
The Regent of Medisham has built an extensive trade network across all the remaining regions of Britannia and the territories beyond. This grants them access to weapons and armor that surpass in quality even the masterworks of the smithies in Eboracum. They also trade in rare herbs. If you could make a profitable trade agreement with the Regent, your armies would surely benefit.
Okay.
Nice.
So I warrant the safety of the trade routes in exchange for herbs and an ample supply of food.
Hey.
I warrant the safety of trade routes in exchange for 2 consignments of weapons and armor. I reduce trade taxes to encourage commerce and ask for a continuous supply of weapons in return.
Interesting, huh? Interesting.
I'm gonna go with this last one. I like that one.
Alright. Cost you more now, but later.
I struck a
less
good
on.
deal. The benefits will remain in effect until your relationship with the partner turns for the worse.
Dang, that's a good deal.
Okay.
I think those are all your
Yeah,
province.
these are all my places.
You got 2 on the left there. That's nothing. Right now, anyway.
Not yet.
Not yet. King David.
There are new quarries in the hills of Poet that provide cheap stones as building materials. If you began trade talks to negotiate a long-term agreement for building supplies, it could be very useful for your relationship with the province.
So I could pay for a long-term partnership and I risk the dangers of long-distance transportation. I pay for the stones and also for the safe transportation. I pay for stones and I'll take care of the safe transportation.
Yourself. And you lose 2 selected units.
I'm gonna go with this one.
That's a great deal. That's one good deal.
Last
right
voice. So I
there.
could do trade agreement. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sir Aldred led hundreds of refugees to Pengwern, the region of Bedegrain distorted by the lingering she magic that once transformed these woods into an enchanted forest. When he came to be king of this new province, he invited other refugees to join him and began to build villages and roads. Despite his successes, he could still benefit greatly from your aid.
So I could send 1,500 gold to help, or send craftsmen to aid in the construction of new villages.
So you can send him gold and say, here you go, good luck. Or you can send him people and say, here's some
Next
help.
10 turns.
That's like, I mean, what? 1 turn is like a season, so 4 turns is like a year. So it's like the next 2.5 years.
Yeah. I'll just send some gold.
Alright. Here's some gold, fool. Good luck.
Alright, I
Good
think that's
luck,
everybody.
boinkonk. Looks like you can still like trade with these two if you want to.
Okay.
The master bowmakers of Sherwood fled to Pengwern to escape Sir Maddox's revolt. As a result, the archers of the army of Pengwern have achieved a fearful reputation. If you could reach a beneficial trade agreement with Pengwern, you could equip your archers with masterwork bows.
So I conclude a long-term agreement for the purchase of Masterwork Arrows. I purchase these unique and extremely strong bows for my archers, or I employ some other master bowmakers to provide me with their excellent weapons. The same amount of gold no matter what.
Yeah, but this will make your retrain cost more expensive for them.
Less expensive. By 25%.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh
You can
yeah.
get more shooting damage or shooting accuracy.
What do you want? Damage, accuracy, less cost in the future.
I'm gonna go with shooting accuracy.
Yeah, they won't miss now. They could shoot a fly off of a horse's back.
That's right. Why not?
Yeah, did you not have one? You got available options.
Declaration of war. Need for alliance.
What does that mean? Need for alliance.
Says increase the trust in you and you can easier find allies in the future. Required active action alliance. Not allowed active action with any partner. Need for alliance.
So you couldn't have need for alliance with anybody else.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on that.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
You can only do that with one person.
Yeah, you don't want to do a good old Kingo.
Ain't sure yet. Ain't sure yet.
Kingo.
Alright.
What's that say?
New quest.
Tainted land. Uh-oh.
The mysterious healer you seek has already continued his journey to the forsaken land of Mercia to help the survivors of the recent plague. You must travel to Mercia to find him before it's too late.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
Don't you like right click?
The mysterious healer
I
you
need
seek.
to find my dude first. That's my boy.
William Groveborn.
Let's see, this is where I'm going.
I think so. I thought you were
The
supposed to write.
mysterious healer you seek has...
On my way.
See?
He's on his way.
I done told you so, Scout.
The mysterious healer you seek has already continued his journey to the forsaken land of Mercia to help the survivors of the recent plague.
Got it.
You head out to East Mercia to catch up with the healer. He's looking for ancient wisdom in the region most plagued by the Fomorians.
Hope we find him this time.
Although
For
the
real.
task
Yeah,
is far
nice.
from easy,
Good end to this.
finally you find the mysterious man.
Whoop whoop.
But he refuses to go with you, saying he still has research to do.
What could be more important than the life of the king who's one with the land?
True.
I am very impatient, but forcing a man like the healer never ends well.
I mean, it says everybody suffers when King Arthur suffers in the beginning.
Yeah. Who's more important than the king?
You attempt to command the healer, then beg him to go with you, then threaten to use force, but he doesn't relent. He has found a way to identify the possessed that works even if you can't find the Fomorian who infected them, and wants to use it to save the innocent.
We've no time for this. If he doesn't come, I'll just kill those innocents. It'd be useful to be able to tell who's possessed. Let him finish his research. He seems pretty determined.
He does.
And that's good information. Let's let him do it.
Alright.
The method is simple. Suspects have to spend a night on holy ground. Either Christian churches or druids' groves will do, as those possessed cannot bear the purity of life and faith. The problem is that the first thing the Fomorians did was desecrate the monastery's chapel.
We need to find a druid. Maybe he can tell us where to find a sacred grove. We need to find someone who could consecrate the monastery's chapel again. Let's go consecrate the chapel.
Get it nice.
Right
Get it
there
right.
already.
Get it
Say
right.
that
Get
there's
it
an
tight.
order of Saxon monk knights in the area who have the power to consecrate a church. The champions of Beowulf.
Ew.
But they're ruthless and zealous and often slaughter entire villages without even trying
my
to
goodness.
save the innocent.
My soulmates! But I'll need to convince them to have the healer help me. I hate these self-righteous Christian swine, but I'll have to work with them. Wow.
Very passionate either way.
It is very
Which passion
passionate.
do you have?
Christian swine!
A band
That's
of the
pretty brutal.
champions
Yeah,
are
that
hunting
is-
for
that's very
Fomorians in the
brutal.
area right now. You take your men and ride out to meet them. The Saxon company is small, but has a grim splendor. You see they are indeed sacred warriors of Christ, and also that they don't trust or even respect you at first.
Are they gonna slay you?
I explained the situation briefly. Soldiers like us should see eye to eye. I try to intimidate him. These Saxon beasts only understand brute force. I don't like these zealots, but I try to convince them to cooperate.
What's your route, Sir William Pendragon?
Cooperation.
The Saxon knights look at you with arrogant disgust.
Oh shit.
I don't see why we should help you miserable pagans, when you'll end up in hell anyway. The innocents we kill go to heaven and escape the clutches of the Fomorians.
Is that what they think, huh?
I ask them to consecrate a Christian church and they call me a pagan? They're insane, but I need them. You can learn how to identify the possessed. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Pagan kings built Christian churches and went to hell all the same.
Their leader flashes a wolfish grin.
Man, this guy's.
But
you
you
guys are
do
rough.
have a point. Fighting that unholy filth you call Fomorians is the task of a Christian knight, and cleaning what they defiled and desecrated is a worthy deed.
He's right.
Not to mention that if this method works, people will flock to the church.
You lead the champions of Beowulf back to the village. They're a grim lot, but you're not in a jolly mood either. The healer, on the other hand, starts to hum happily when he sees them and explains to them what he needs. The knights obey him stony-faced and without
Knights are
a word.
stoned, boy.
Hey. In the meantime, I round up the villagers and herd them towards the chapel.
Get him there.
Hurdle
The
that
healer
chaos.
greets the villagers and tells them of his discovery and how it will help them. Sir Dunstan, the leader of the Saxon warband, frowns at this, and you see that his knights draw a perimeter around the villagers. They are few, but look agile and determined.
I go over to him and ask just what he thinks he's doing. Oh, right. Those who know they're possessed may try to run. I follow his lead. Let's follow his lead.
Yeah.
When the healers finished
Has some
speaking,
logic to it.
the villagers, full of uncertainty, mill around for a while. All of a sudden, one of them breaks into a run, then another and another. The soldiers surrounding the crowd hack them down effortlessly. It is a horrible thing, but it had to be
Yikes.
done.
Jeez.
Herd the rest of the villagers back to the chapel.
Jeez.
The villagers are stunned by the massacre, though they understand the fleeing men were already possessed by the Fomorians.
Dang it.
Just as
At
you
least we
prepare to
assume.
strike camp,
Yeah.
Sir Dunstan comes over and
These
says
times,
he'd prefer you and
all
your
you
men
had to
spent
do
the
was
night
assume.
inside the monastery too.
What? He suspects me and my men are possessed? How insolent. I refuse to do it. So he can just set fire to the building and kill everyone, as Saxons do? Of course he's right. We should all be tried, just like the villagers are.
You kind of had an option like this once before.
Did we?
I think you stayed out of it, the church, last time.
Yeah. Don't kill me.
Why would I want to kill you all? He asks, puzzled. And anyway, how could I, a warrior of Christ, defile the sanctuary of the altar, much less burn a newly consecrated church? Maybe you pagan swine do such things, but we don't spill blood where we worship.
Oh, true. They're always burning down feasting halls in the tales, not churches. True.
I guess I've just
The
been reading too
monastery
much
is
fantasy.
overcrowded, and the villagers are clearly afraid of the Saxons. But the fact that you and your men are in there too seems to cheer them up a little. The healer tries to lighten the mood with songs and tales, but you expect to pass a miserable night there.
I set guards to watch the villagers inside and the Saxon knights outside. I trust the Saxons to guard us all and try to get some much-needed sleep.
Well, I mean, he already gave a pretty logical reason for not burning down a church. In my opinion, at least. A third party.
Or do I trust the villagers?
Yeah.
I guess we'll just trust the Saxons.
Come morning, about a dozen people lie moaning or unconscious on the floor, but Sir Dunstan says at least a dozen more tried to sneak out at night, citing different lies. They killed them all, but the majority of the village and all your men appear to be unpossessed.
It's good to know that your men
That's
are
good.
unpossessed.
I feared that more locals would be infected. And now, to Bedegrain.
And we're off.
The possessed are dispatched and their bodies burned, and by mid-morning the champions of Beowulf are gone as well. You wait for the healer to say his goodbyes and pack his books, and then you head back to Bedegrain, where Arthur lies wounded.
Got one to Christianity and some XP.
Woohoo! Save my dad, healer.
Yes, healer.
Yes, my liege.
Yes, healer, yes.
Head back to Bedegrain. But there's this going on here. Oh,
You'll have to end your turn, I think.
I see. This
What
little
is that?
taily boy. Part of the Fomorians.
He's scary. He's scary boy.
He is scary. Eek.
He's like real close to you. He's coming to you.
Oh, he is coming.
He's
to me.
like coming straight to you.
The battle against the Fomorians has been dragging on for a while now, seemingly without end. While your warriors slay the Fomorians by the hundreds, you can't keep up with your enemies. You must aim straight for the heart of the beast. Now we know where they are coming from, so we must destroy their
I
nest.
guess that must be their nest.
Okay, let's see. Completed research.
You got
Master bow makers. Alright, but I do have 17 lore. I could have master armorers.
Well,
Is that like my only option?
you're doing these researches right now.
Master swordsmiths, master spear makers.
This is like your queue of what's being researched.
Let's do it.
Just click start, I guess. There you go.
Alright.
You leveled
Leveled
up.
up.
Yeah, William Pendragon.
Level up, level up. Okay.
So you're,
I can choose between my traits.
I guess.
Can be educated, where my fiefdoms give 25% more lore. Could be invincible, where my hero never falls into injured state if he's struck down in battle. Or wasteful, -1 offered artifact in the trade locations of the hero's fiefdoms. I think
that's interesting.
invincible sounds like a good thing.
Or is this just stuff you have? I think this is just stuff you
Oh,
have.
I just gained all those.
This is your level up thing.
I see. So my unit damage can do 5%, max mana 5%, or leadership +5.
What you thinking?
I don't remember what I did last time.
I don't know, maybe like something to do with your spell power or
Mana.
something. Mana, something.
So I'm gonna do leadership +5. Let's do it.
Alright. Be a better leader. You got another level or what? We must.
I guess so.
We must have missed one.
Max HP. Max mana or spell power. Let's do HP.
Alright. Stay alive.
Alright, so I'm level 4.
That's pretty good. Wait,
Next level's at 1300 and I have an 1195. That's pretty good.
Yeah, is there something you can do with that?
Grant a fiefdom. I don't
probably
understand
this.
exactly what this means.
I don't exactly know what a fiefdom is either, but just pick one. Do it. Do it on one. Bed of Grain is where King Arthur is.
Let's do Bed of Grain.
You got another fiefdom you can grant? Interesting. Probably to Sir Agravain.
Let's do shoot. Nope. All for me. 100%
Guess you got
for
one
me.
more. I guess you got fiefdoms in all of them.
That's me.
Cool.
Alright.
All the fiefdoms.
No wife.
Not yet.
No wife zone.
Maybe you're interested in Sir Agravain.
Alright, so I have 3 skill points.
That takes more, right? Because it's great. Oh no, I guess you can do that.
Where does it say?
It says 3 skill
Mana
points at like almost the bottom.
Oh, I see.
Those you can do.
Yeah.
Those require a higher level.
8.
You
Alright,
can,
so...
but there's 3 other things you could get.
I thought I already had all these.
You don't have any of those. You have 2 in that, 1 in that, and 1 in that. You got 0 in there.
Okay.
Flame wall. Fireball. Mana rush. Curse of shadows. That's kind of interesting. That's all. They're all interesting. Honestly, or you can upgrade one of the ones you already have.
I think I'm gonna go with Fireball.
Fireball. I think you got double click, right? Yup.
Got him.
All right. That's like your inventory.
So what, I could trade him out? If I
Yeah.
wanted
What
to?
armor are you wearing? Oh.
Pretty good.
It probably already equips what it thinks is the best stuff for you. I mean, I would assume. I could be wrong.
+5 spell power, +15 mana, -12 cooldown.
It's better mana. You want that there?
I don't know, did that do right?
I mean, you
Oh,
got
I
it
just
equipped.
moved this ring over, right?
No, you just switched out the rings.
Oh.
Maybe a scroll wheel.
No.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right.
Good enough for me. Alright. New diplomacy action again.
You can trade.
King Sinric?
Is it this one? Or are you on that
Yep, West Mercia. King Sinric.
one? All right, trade with him.
The King of Mercia is willing to sell horses sired by his own renowned stallion. These mounts are tough, hard-working animals both on the battlefield and in the villages, perfect for the warrior, the breeder, or the merchant.
So I can buy work horses, they're tougher and do great distances, or I can buy war horses for my army.
Move faster or do more damage and have more defense? Do you have any cavalry? Yeah, you do.
I do.
Interesting.
It says to 1 cavalry unit.
It is, yeah. You make 1 cavalry unit better.
I'm gonna go with the work horses.
Alright.
Great.
Oh, you only select... Oh, an army. Yeah, East Mercia.
Great.
Select.
Yay!
Oh, nice. You got some horsies.
Alright. And then a new...
What's that? It's the creature mounds where you're supposed to destroy the Fomorian army.
which I have no idea what it looks
No,
like.
you got no clue.
Weather's Dreadstorm.
That sounds like scary weather.
Brutal.
I wouldn't want to be in that.
Yes,
Well,
my liege.
that was pretty great, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
What a
Feels
journey.
like the battle's just getting started. It took all that just to get the healer. He hasn't even seen King Arthur.
No, hasn't seen King Arthur. Haven't really battled Fomorians. You just battled
We've
normal
barely
people.
been in any part
You've
of
barely
the
been
world.
anywhere. That's just 2.5 hours. And I think they said on average people beat this game in like
20?
No, it was like 11 and a half or something. I don't know. It was one of our first
Wow.
episodes. 17 maybe? I don't know.
Maybe if you were just zooting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Maybe
But I
if
don't
you
know.
weren't like
Maybe
making a video at the same time as playing, that might help you speed
I don't
up.
know.
I don't know.
Maybe there's not a whole lot of the story left. I mean, we have only a small fraction.
Yeah, maybe
really.
it expands much quicker. you
Yeah.
know?
Because it looks
Just
like
kinda
you're about
get
to
you
be
into
attacked
it.
by one of their dudes, their beastie boys. So
Yeah, the Fomorians. Yeah, I mean, it's like somewhere around here, right?
maybe.
It was very interesting. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look, everyone's camped up for the night. Even the Fomorians, they're in little camps.
Yep, because it's winter now.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
All right, cool.
Well, that was
thanks for joining us,
fantastic.
everybody.
Yeah.
In this adventure through King Arthur 2, the role-playing wargame.
That's right.
Got to have a couple battles. Finally found the healer.
Well, this game's officially a decade old. Why don't you test it out yourself? See if you like it.
Yeah, let us know what you think of it in the comments down below.
Yep. Have a great one. See you all next month with a new game.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.